In the last video, I took you on a journey to explore the rural areas of China. In this video, I will show you how China's Tier 5 city looks like. Let's check it out. Welcome to Yongcheng. In English, it actually means eternal city. But in reality, it is a small county in China that barely any Chinese people knows it. It has a GDP of 80 billion RMB, accounting for only 16% of the GDP of the leader in counties, Kunshan. At the prefecture level, Yongcheng belongs to Shangqiu, which is a Tier 5 city ranking 99th nationwide, representing merely 7.3% of Shanghai's GDP. The GDP per capita in Yongcheng is around 57,000 RMB, which is only 70% of the national average. The Eternal City was made up of two parts, which locals call the Old Town and the New Town. The history of the Old Town can be traced back to the Sui dynasty. Most of the residents of the Eternal City lived in these streets until 1996, when the government decided to build a brand new city from scratch 10 kilometers away from the Old Town. Since then, most people have gradually moved out to live in the New Town, and people from nearby villages and even lower-tier towns have poured in. Nowadays, the Old Town is mostly occupied by historical-style streets and small retail stores. Leaving the Old Town behind, we made our way to the New Town. Here, the appearance is quite similar to most cities in China. Wide and clean streets, modern bus stations, tall and new apartment buildings, vibrant shopping streets, and central squares for family gatherings are all part of a standard blueprint of any Chinese city. It also has many novel stuffs such as shared motorbikes, chain convenience stores, and pre-positioned warehouses for online groceries, quite similar to big cities. The economy of Eternal City has long been dependent on coal. The first coal field was discovered in 1958, and by 1975, the first coal mine was up and running. Since then, over 10 coal mines were established within a 500 square kilometers radius of this small city. The rapid growth in the coal industry has propelled Eternal City's economy forward, quadrupled the city's GDP between 1996 and 2006. However, the fate of the city has also become closely intertwined with the coal. Remember we mentioned the government built a completely new city, the New Town, in 1996. There are rumors that this decision was driven by the discovery of a new coal field beneath the Old Town, or the potential risk of further land subsidence. Two factors make these rumors more believable. Firstly, large-scale construction projects like this were not common until 2008, while Eternal City had already undertaken such an endeavor 12 years earlier. Secondly, there's indeed a large subsidence area near the Old Town, which has now transformed into a lake, which I will introduce later. How do people live in the Eternal City? In Old Town, we came across a Buddha Tower, which was first built 1,000 years ago. After being destroyed and rebuilt for multiple times, it has become the spiritual home of Old Town residents. There was a tomb garden here, dedicated to those who sacrificed their lives for the CCP-led revolution. And Old Town residents would come here to pay their tribute. In 2020, the tomb garden was relocated and only one tomb remains, as it marks the final resting place of a woman who was tragically buried alive by KMT in this very spot. Government now has built a small park around the Buddha Tower for residents to hang out, to play with their keys, and to listen to the sound of bell that has been ringing across centuries. the new town, let's see what people can do in Eternal City's biggest shopping center. If you want to play, here has a very big arcade game center, including Rock the Ring, karaoke, dance mat. Teenagers can also play escape room and even VR machines here. For parents, simply leave your kids here or there, then you can go shopping happily. The shopping center offers a wide range of brands. You must be familiar with most of them. Here only lacks of luxuries and cosmetics, while instead, I see many cosmetic retail shops, mainly providing sample-sized luxury cosmetics and affordable beauty products. The numbers and varieties of this kind of shop were much more than large cities. This suggests that the teenagers in Eternal City have rising demand for better cosmetic products, as long as within their financial ability. Our final stop is the lake I mentioned earlier. This lake was formed in 2011 when water from a nearby river flowed in after land subsidence caused by coal exploitation. Initially a disaster for the local residents and ecosystem, the government took responsibility and embarked on a 3-year project to transform the lake into a natural landscape. Today, it is a beautiful spot that attracts visitors from both the new and old towns. People can engage in various activities, such as sports, holding weddings, and enjoying hotels by the lakeside. And that concludes our tour of Yongcheng, the Eternal City. Despite its small size and relatively modest wealth, the people here seemed content and optimistic about the future. Although the coal industry may not be fancy, we should value its importance as it has and will support the residents to make their life better, as long as the business goes an environmental balanced and sustainable manner. From today, this channel will show you a China from the perspective of local Chinese people, not travelers, not international students, not expats, but an original Chinese to guide you through the realist aspect. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.